nigga mention your name.
It's Al Capone, Al Capizzi, oh boy.
Come on. It's your boy Trek, man.
And we talking
hip-hop, man. Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Hey, man, we got Omar Gooding up in this.
Come on, crazy in the building, man.
You stand?
Big O. Big O, not the little one.
Come on, Big O. Come on.
Man, I'm gonna say it off the top, man.
Talk to me.
Listen, man, man, your rapping skills are up to man, killing. You hear me? I'm just saying like that,
Thank
man.
you, bro.
Man, you going in, man, you let them know, man, it ain't a game.
Yeah, man.
Cause I don't know how many people saw this coming, but how long have you been dabbling in the hip hop game?
It ain't been a dabble, man. You know, I'm from the birth of hip hop, really. I mean, cause this is what the thing is. My father was a singer in the 70s.
Okay.
So he was a writer and a singer. His name was Cuba Gooding. Okay. Everybody plays the fool sometimes. Listen, baby. That was my father, Cuba Gooding.
Well, damn.
And then he had a son, Cuba Gooding Jr., right? And that's my brother. And my name, Omar Gooding, and it stops right fucking there.
Yeah.
Ain't no junior on the end of my name, nigga. That's not how juniors work. Let's just get that out the way. Now, my father, my mother was also a recording artist.
Right.
Both of them were born in Harlem. They were born in Harlem. My mother was part of the Sweetheart, signed to Brunswick. She had a whole recording career going, met my father and stopped. They got married and started having kids. So mom said, I'm gonna take care of the babies. Nigga, you go get that money. Right? And what he did, he had hit after hit, right? It was popping in the 70s. Then he went out to South Africa during apartheid, when you wasn't supposed to do that shit back then.
For sure wasn't.
They was like, you ain't buzzing, no, you American, you know. He said, oh, fuck that, I'm gonna go get this money. When he came back, they blacklisted him. Snatched all his music down.
What you mean?
They blacklisted just because he went out there. He wasn't supposed to. They said don't do it. He said I'm Cuba Gooding. I'm gonna go wherever the fuck I want to. Came back. They said well good luck getting your record spun. And they pulled all this shit down. He had to start all over.
Called a black
when that
bomb.
happened, everything dried up. We lost the money, the cars. Now we black. I shouldn't just say black like we just know that black people ain't good with money. But listen, we weren't taught how to handle our finances and all that from the early ages. That's just what it is. And when you're an entertainer and you make money, all you figure is I'm gonna keep making money. So you know what you do? You spend that shit. My parents spent they shit. That's what it was. We spend, nigga. I'm still a spender. I ain't gonna lie to you. We talk about my finances. Yeah, I done made a whole lot of money and I spent a whole lot of money too. I'm a spender, nigga. That's just what the fuck I do. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so when Pops ran out of the bread, we had to start over. Now his start over was, I gotta get the fuck out of California. Now let me explain that real quick. My parents were born in Harlem. They had 2 kids, my brother and my sister. They were born in the Bronx, right? And then Pops had all this success. He moved to California, bought all these houses in California, leased and so forth and so on. Everything was renting because you're not thinking long term. You're thinking I'm finna, you know what I mean? Then I was born.
Okay.
I'm a West Coast baby. Okay. I'm born and raised in the West Coast, but I got East Coast blood.
I can dig
you feel me? My parents are from Harlem.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm raised on the West, so that's what it is.
Right.
I'm West Coast as fucking as it gets.
It makes sense now, yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we went to the homeless stages and all that shit, my mom was always singing. You know what I mean? And here's the other thing that's interesting. My mother got saved before I was born. My brother and sister are a 10-year gap. They're that much older than me. Before my mom got saved, she wasn't shit. Let me just hold it out there. Before she got saved, she was smoking cigarettes, fighting bitches out in Harlem, and the blah, 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 blah. Mom's was a fool. And my brother and sister witnessed all this shit. Like, mom's called her, where that bitch, well, you better put my daughter on the plane, I'm gonna kill everybody out there. My sister was like, Daddy, put me on the plane. Mama's coming to kill. Like, this is no book. My mama was that motherfucker. Then she gets saved and has me. Right? So all I know is this woman. I'm like, oh, look at that. We singing, my brother and sister looking at us like, nigga.
Just don't know.
Mama just stopped smoking, nigga. Mama just stopped. But she with that shit. Now she's saved, but she's not no bullshit. She'll say shit like, God ain't no bitch. So don't be no bitch. Because God ain't no bitch. The devil ain't no bitch either. I'm like, Mama, can you say that in one sentence? You know what I'm saying?
In one sentence.
Type shit. But she said that right now. She's like, oh, God ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so that's, the music has been there. It's always been there. My era was hip hop. Is hip hop. My brother, my sister, more like R&B, You know what I mean? It was like a year before. I remember my pops would always be like, that ain't real singing. We like Boys to Men and Jodeci and all that shit. And he's like, them niggas are singing through their nose, nigga. You gotta sing with your diaphragm. You gotta push with it. And I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? You always shit on the next generation. You know? Right. And then with my shit, it was like, well, dad, this shit, hip hop is what it is. Yeah. And then when I started spitting, he was like, son, I like your shit. Right. I'm not really fucking with these other dudes, but I can hear what you're saying. Okay. You soundness, you talking about some shit. Wow. His favorite song of mine was a song that I don't think I ever released called Fuck What You Talk About. Yeah. And it was funny to hear your pops be like, yeah, that fuck what you talk about is my shit. Pops was as real as he fucking get, man. I love that dude, man. Yeah. And
so he was real supportive of it. He was real supportive.
Fuck yeah, man. He would bring me on stage with him when he would tour. Now he got this song called Work to Do. I got work to do. I got a job, baby. And he's doing this work to do song, right? And he'd be like, hit it, hit it, hit it. Bring my son out. I come out and I'm just freestyling. Damn. No, we didn't know. I'm just, I work to do, and work to you, and birth to few, and birth to few, and hurt to do. I'm just busting. And they up there like, it's okay. And then I'll be like, all right, go on back, nigga. This is my show. And then he keep going, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'd love to get out in front of crowds and just I've always been a natural performer. That's why I do stand up. That's why I do music. That's why I do plays. I love crowds. I love give me the mic and watch me the fuck go, right? But I've always been super competitive. Now the competitor in me makes me be very picky about what we put out, what I release, my bars that I write, that I'm saying, I'll listen to some shit and be like, wow, I think that was a bar. That's gone. This is a bar. Like, I'm very technical, right? Yeah. And then the breakthrough that I had while listening to music, my first group that I was a fan of was the Fushnikins. Okay. Right? You remember the Fushnikins, right? Yeah. So these niggas had this one song, and I was just rapping along with it, and I was able to keep up, and I was like, how the fuck? It felt like developing a superpower or some shit.
For sure.
They had a line where they said, the thicker, the richer, the bigger, the better the flow. That was the line. Yeah. But in the song, it was, the thicker, the richer, the thicker, the richer, the bigger the flow, the thicker, the richer, the bigger. I said, what the fuck? Yeah. I'm rapping along with them, and I'm realizing that there's certain words that you can say faster than other words. Right. So then I started incorporating that into my styles and shit, but then I, kind of got, it was like, we know Omar about to do his last few bars is gonna be, he's gonna just be tearing the nigga up, right? So then I kind of fell off of that. And then I just kind of went back and forth with, when I would tell people I rap after I've been established as an actor, which started at age 9, you know what I'm saying? Wild and Crazy Kids, 12 to 15. Hang with Mr. Cooper, 15 to 20. Smart Guy, 20 to 24. Then Baby Boy. Right. All they know me as an actor. Yeah. Every time I told somebody I act, they'd be like, oh, why don't you do some, I won't call it corny, but here's a lane, do this lane. I'm like, I don't want that fucking lane. No, nigga, I got bars. I'm rapping with niggas in the hood and like some real West Coast shit. And we doing best of the West competitions and we freestyling. We freestyle, it means let's go. What you go? I'm rapping about your clothes, your shirt, this, that, this, and her. I'm working this and that. I'm just off the dome. That's how we do. You know what I mean?
So dope.
So that whole journey was fun, but like I would go in and out of having, like I had a couple of deals. I've had a few record deals. I signed with QD3 in the Sound Lab, but this was with my whole group. Right? The whole group was signed to QD3, which is Quincy Jones' son.
Quincy Jones, yeah.
And then when Tupac died, they all went in the mourning because he was supposed to marry their daughter or his sister, whatever the case was. So I was like, that deal fell through. I was signed to Thump Records. We did one single called Mamacitas, and it was a group type of thing. I signed to West Coast Mafia Records and put out there's a mixtape with me and Sibo. Y'all familiar with Sibo out of Sacramento? Yeah, come on now. Me and Sibo did a collaboration. This is a funny story. So me and Sibo, I remember he invited me out. We were out in Dallas, and we were all doing a movie. And it was him, me, and Young Buck.
Young Buck.
Right? So Buck was out there, and it was him and Buck was in the studio. They didn't know. They didn't want to know I rap. So they did their thing, and then I was like, y'all got some bars open? And they were like, yeah, exactly. They were like, this nigga. And I was like, let me get on next. So I was like, all right. So I went in there and I wrote the shit. I let it ride for a minute. So they just forgot I wasn't even in the booth. I'm just writing. And I'm like, all right. And the mic on, Omar trying to get you together. Omar, mic's on? Yeah, nigga. And I spit my shit, nigga. I got out. It's like they was live like this, boom, 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 boom. And then I spit. When I came out, walked out of the booth, they were sitting there shocked looking at me like, what the fuck?
What just happened?
They're like, what the fuck?
Hey, what just happened?
And I'll never forget, Sibo said, nigga, you dope. And when he said it like that, I was like, my nigga, let's work. Then we did our collaboration with West Coast Mafia Records. We did a joint venture deal, Trading War Stories. We do the homework on it. It's called Trading War Stories. So Trading War Stories, Sibo and Omar Big O Gooding presents Trading War Stories. And that's the first mixtape that I put out. And then, you know, I known Focus from Aftermath for like 30 years. And we've always, the fun shit about him.
Shout out Aftermath.
Come on, shout out Aftermath, shout out Big Folk. The coolest shit about knowing a nigga that works for Dre in these studios, like what Dre does, what people may or may not know, you know, he has people that work with him. For him, but with him, you know. So it'd be like, oh, he got all these different producers. Remember Mailman, all these niggas that was part.
Yeah, I for sure remember.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, but Focus told me, he was like, no, but Dre is really that guy.
Yeah.
Like, you'll do a beat, all right, cool. He'll take the beat and show you how it's supposed to sound.
Like,
you know what I mean? You be like, I thought this beat was crazy. And Dre be like, huh, yeah, come here, let me show you this. You know what I mean? And then you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So what would happen is he would have producers like Focus. And I remember it was me, my crew of dudes, Chino XL, R.I.P.
Rest in peace, Chino.
And what he would do is we'd listen to him create a beat, my nigga. If you ain't ever watched somebody create a beat, it is a magic in the flesh.
Yes, it is.
Like you just sitting in there in the booth and maybe he'll sample something, and then he'll start one piece of it. And you'll be like, okay, anyway. So the like, interesting. And then he'll add something else.
Real music, nigga, man.
Now we all start writing. Niggas know what that means. We turn around. Now we don't know what the beat's going. We don't know what the song's gonna be or nothing. But we got that shit looping for like 30 minutes. So we all right. And he's adding other little shit. Now you got this full beat, and he'll be like, all right, beat's done. He'll press play, and he'll let that shit repeat for maybe 15, 20 minutes, and we all know. From the first time he starts playing one little sound, we all start writing. Then when it's complete, you got about 20 minutes. Whoever's first is up. Whoever's next is up. And then we would do songs that we knew were never coming out, but we're really like auditioning because we know this is gonna happen. He's gonna later play these beats for Dre. And he'll play the beat. Hey, Dre, I got this one. I'd be like, okay, cool. You got anybody on it? Oh, yeah. The homie's over here. You want to hear something? Yeah, I just want to hear how it sound with some rappers. Now you got, Big O. You know what I'm saying? I was always on them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So it was fun. I remember this one particular time. Nas had said a bar about my brother. And he said something about Cuba Gooding Jr. and he listed a couple other people, but then he said like sellout or some shit. And I'm thinking, well, maybe because he's got the white wife and this and that. I don't know, that's a stretch, but why the fuck would somebody, honestly, I don't give a fuck. That's my big bro and watch this. So while we're all doing our verses and everybody's doing their verses, I went last, nigga. My verse came out, I was like, fuck Nas. Nigga, the whole studio was like, what the fuck did he just say?
And why did he say it?
Why did he say it?
Fuck Nas.
And I just went on, and ain't no beef with Nas. Knock it off. I got enough troubles. I got enough on my hip hop plate right now. I'm just telling the story. It's how I felt.
It's his reality.
And I remember Chino was like, he's like, okay, nigga. He's like, Nas ain't gonna respond. And I thought he meant it like it was too good. He was like, no, nigga, Nas ain't gonna respond to you, basically. So knock it off. Just don't even do nothing else. It's cute what you did, but don't worry about it. I was just like, all right. And he was always a real one, man. I remember I performed with Chino one. Well, I'm telling on myself today. I went with Chino, and I remember we had, let me tell you something. When you're an actor, this is the thing about acting. We do so many different roles, so many different personalities. And then you learn the personality that you're playing, and you learn all these fucking lines. You don't keep those lines forever. There's the difference between actors and rappers. Well, one of the differences. Rappers, when they learn a song, they learn it forever, because you gotta perform it. So their memory is crazy. And you keep a verse, well, do that song, you might have to perform it. It's in there. Actors, learn it and go. So the hardest thing about being both is trying to keep shit stored in your brain.
I was gonna wonder that, like, if do you remember your movie lines 20 years later like you would remember a song?
Let me fucking tell you something. Two stories. One, I try to toot this horn on my acting shit. A lot of people didn't know, like, Baby Boy shot people like that, I could do drama. Now, the extent of it with the Crips and all that, but like, okay, nigga, this nigga from LA, he's probably affiliated, whatever. We can see how you can relate to it. But the performance, nigga, like I've always been a natural actor and gifted at being able to do drama and comedy. So in high school, I did this festival that they had. It was a competition that they had every year.
Right.
And it was a fall festival, which was just regular plays, this and that and the third. And there was a Shakespeare festival, right? So first you had to learn Shakespeare, which is like, what the fuck? Because it's just riddles. But I had a teacher that knew how to break it down to high school kids. And she would break the shit down so that we understood what we were saying, and then we're able to compete.
Right, that's crazy.
So every year I competed, and in my senior year, I like it's funny because every year, it's like a fucking movie. It's so crazy when I tell these stories, and it's so real, but it's true.
it is
So
a
when
movie.
I first got to high school, I went in, we did like a group, and we took like 4th or 5th place, which was a big deal out of all those schools. The second year, because my high school only went 3 years, it was 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Yeah.
Second year, I did a 2-person scene, and we wound up taking, I think, like 3rd or 4th place or something. And I knew my final year, I was like, it's all on me. Fuck that. So I did a monologue, and it was a monologue half. It was a half drama and half comedy.
Okay.
The drama was Midsummer Night's Dream, and I played Bottom. That's the comedy. The drama was King Richard III, and it was whatever. Long story short, I won the motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I took 1st place home, so I already knew that I could do this type of shit.
Right.
But did the world know? Right?
Right.
That was the tough part. The tough part was transitioning and show. But the tough part to them, I mean, I think it was more them kind of, they were more shocked than I was. Let's just put it that way. You know what I'm saying?
As you knew.
But when I tell people, like, yeah, I did Shakespeare, they're like, oh, could you give us a little Shakespeare? I'd be like, no, I don't remember none of that shit.
Remember that shit?
I don't remember. Like, are you kidding me? And somebody has it. Yeah, I'm like, shit.
That is the question.
Like, let me put it this way. If we did a scene right now, we take it, you give me the scene, all 3 of us have to memorize it. Y'all might not memorize. I'll have all that shit memorized. I'll know your lines, my lines, and everything.
That's crazy.
Right? And we'll do the scene, and it'll be done. When it's done, check this out. It's now gone.
Oh.
Once you
A
act it
week
out.
later, if you said we're done, boom, it's done. Now we go on do something else. A week will pass. Yo, something was wrong with it. We got to reshoot that scene. I'll be like, okay, well, give me the side so I can relearn it. I have to relearn the shit.
Wow, okay.
Now it doesn't take long to learn it.
Right.
But once it's in there for the performance. And when the performance, I throw that shit out. I'm like an iPhone, nigga. I need new storage. I need them gigabytes, nigga. I got new pictures to take. You know what I mean? So this is a long-winded story to try to get back to the Chino XL.
Yeah.
But with the Chino XL thing, I remember I performed, and I got this one verse that I had, like memorized. Like, this was my. Nigga say spit something. Ha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we were performing, and I spit the verse. And it felt good. It was like the Eminem shit. Like every line I hit, the crowd's doing this shit. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm feeling good. And I had another verse that I just wrote. I didn't know this verse that good. You know what I'm talking about? So I spit it. I went about halfway through it, and then I fucked up, and I just passed the mic and walked off, right? And I remember Chino after this shit, he was like, nigga, that first verse was homicide. That second verse was suicide.
Damn.
I was a real ass nigga. But it made me think about that shit. Every time I was like, yo, spit something. I'm like, if I'm in the zone, I'd rather freestyle if I'm feeling it.
Correct.
But I got, I've learned to keep shit stored ever since then.
And you kind of tapped in on it because I was going to be like, what is the difference in the creativity of doing an acting scene versus remembering doing the studio?
Creativity. I mean, what's the coolest thing? These are things that I've kind of noticed as I get older. Like, I got 3 professions really that I'm juggling, right? I've done acting my whole life, right? Then, since acting had slowed down to an absolute halt due to the actor strike, some people had to reinvent themselves.
Right.
The actor strike really fucked me up because I had just signed to Disney. I signed as a Disney dad, which is so funny with this Cameron shit. They'll be like, this nigga raps, and then they'll show the Disney dad picture. And everybody's like, this nigga, there's no way this nigga rap. Nigga, they see that Disney picture and be like, nigga.
Damn, he's like, man, come on, man.
But the actor strike was so fucked up because when you signing to Disney, this contract was so crazy, bro.
Right.
It was like 10 pages long, and it had so many things in it that were like, you're not allowed to do this. You gotta watch when you do that. You have to. I had to take shit down off the internet that I had posted already on my IG. That was like, Disney ain't gonna like that. You better take this shit down. You don't want to fuck off this bag, right? And there were so many stipulations, and I didn't break none of them. It's just that I couldn't. There'd be no rap career. It just. I'm sorry. It just what it is. So anyway, though, when the strike hit, We didn't get picked up for a second season, and the thing was, it was just one of those, like sometimes you just kind of know what I was like, trust me, you're coming back, but we have to wait until the official order. We had to relocate to Chicago from LA. You know what I mean? I had to learn how to roller skate. They took a year worth of lessons. They put a lot invested into this show. And then when the strike hit, for whatever other reasons, this shit didn't go. But not only did it not go, it changed how the game works. There's no more pilot season. There's no more auditioning for new series right now. They're just slow for the last couple of years. They're like, hope you saved your money and you're ready to sit around. I'm not gonna sit around for shit, first of all. You know what I mean? For music, be it plays, be it other movies, be it this, be it that. And then I was like, I could do appearances. So I started doing appearances. Then I started, what I did is, and this is kind of funny, I actually started a series called Funny as Fuck. It's called Funny AF, and it's on Tubi, right? I went and put my own money up and shot it. So in this camera on, nigga, I would have shot my own shit. I did, nigga. That's the funny thing. That's why I thought it was so funny about it. And then what that did is that led to me start doing stand-up around the world. But what I did, this show, now here's the concept, to be completely honest. Yeah. The concept for the stand-up comedy, I'd always respected stand-up comics, but I was like, nigga, that shit hard.
Yeah, that shit looks like man.
We already talked about memorization, okay? You gotta memorize all those stories in a row and bullet point. Like, how the fuck do you do that shit? You know what I mean? And you gotta keep it. The motherfucker, you might be 10 minutes, hop up. Now you gotta be able to just be ready with that 10 minutes. Or you might have to, you know, boom, boom, boom. But I figured out how to do it. I don't think we have enough time to talk about that, but I figured that structure out. But the reason why I did it, now the Funny AF, now people will go, oh, let me go check out Funny AF. It's streaming on Tubi. We got about 7, 8 episodes.
Go check it out, go check it out.
Gotta check it out. I got a host that's a stand-up comedian, strong stand-up comedian. It's comedian Warren V, right? Okay. So he's the host. I do like the Russell Simmons, thank you for coming out, God bless, but I did it in reverse. So I'll come out, welcome to the show. I got a song that I did. Right? So I did a song dedicated to the Lakers called Welcome to the Show. But the beginning of the hook is Welcome to the Show. Welcome to the show. So I start the show with the song, right? And then I go into, I do like a couple of jokes, and I'm like, now let me bring out your comic. I mean your host. And then he runs the show, and then there's other people, and then I come out at the end, thank y'all for coming type of shit, right? So one episode, this nigga fell off a bike or some shit, scraped his face off, and couldn't host. So I had to host the whole show, and I really kind of dug in, and I was doing more jokes, and I was like, damn, I'm good at hosting. Then that led to me hosting Hope Flood's annual Comics Award show that she does. Now she does this show, we honored D.L. Hughley, we honored Bentley, you had Michael Collier, you had Guy Torrey, you had all these famous black comedians, Kimberly, all of the Kims and all them, but everybody was there. Me and Tory Hart hosted it.
Tory Hart, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Shout out Tory Hart.
Yep, which is, you know, the other Hart, that's his ex-wife. So, Kevin, Jesus, I was like, yeah, Kevin, this nigga thing? You see my brother, I was like, I said the other Hart.
But
like, really,
don't know.
You don't know that nigga?
I thought you meant to. I thought you meant to do it on purpose.
No, I did. But I hosted it, and I remember Chris Spencer walked up to me and he was like, nigga, you doing your fucking thing up here, nigga. He's like, you belong. I said, okay. Then I just went out on the road. When I took this shit on the road, I started a tour. Another thing I did, nigga. I started a tour, the We Out Here comedy tour. Shout out to Charles Allen and Charlie Mack. And we went city to city.
Yeah, shout out to Charlie Mack.
And I ain't gonna lie, a lot of these promoters was just like, you was in Baby Boy? Come to my comedy room. They didn't even know I did comedy or nothing. They were just like, fuck it. And I remember I got off stage one time and the lady said, hey, I loved you in Baby Boy. I said, you ain't gonna say nothing about the comedy I just did, huh? Just Baby Boy, that's just all you
That's all you want to talk about.
Right? So I was like, okay, I gotta step my shit up. And now I'm crushing that shit, man. And it's dope. So it's like, so you have, my long-winded ass. So I'm saying all that to say is, I was fast-tracked into stand-up comedy because I already had a name, right? Sure, I produced my own show. I got this opportunity, that opportunity. Then I went on the road and so forth and so on. But you gotta be all in with that shit, right? Then you got rap, you got hip-hop, you got music. Music, you gotta be all fucking in, bro.
Gotta be.
Now, when you hear my music after all this and you go, damn, this shit is pretty fucking good. What the hell? What this nigga been waiting on? I've been kind of busy. I've been kind of busy. There ain't no way. I would have had to just pick one. I'd have been like, all right, fuck that. And with the TV shows, everything is always one after. Like I told you, my career started. One show led to exactly the next show. Wild and Crazy Kids, Hang with Miss Cooper, Smart Guy. Then it was Baby Boy. Then it was the Baby Boy boom. And even when the Baby Boy boom hit, I actually signed on to do another series that never came out.
So
That's another
y'all
funny
did
thing
that.
about Cameron. This nigga tried to say this movie ain't never coming out. Do you know how many things I've done that are never coming out? That's nothing that an actor goes, oh, I can't believe. Maybe if you're like, I don't know, an extra or something, and you're like, my big part, it never shows up. But when you've been in the game long enough, listen to this, we did a movie
Right.
called Bolden about the inventor of jazz, the cornet king of New Orleans. His name was Buddy Bolden. He inspired Louis Armstrong. You understand me? We did an entire film. We learned how to play instruments. We filmed out there for this motherfucker that was directing it. It was a jazz head that was married to the heir of the Hyatt. So they had more money than God. All of us were paid. Anthony Mackie was the lead. You had Eugene Bird. You had Omar Dorsey. Nigga, we had a strong cast. We thought this was about to be the next big fucking thing. We filmed this shit for about 2 years off and on, and they never put it out. They sat on it so long that they reshot it with some new guys. I couldn't even tell you who they were, and then just put the shit out. It's out now. I haven't watched it. I was just like, damn. I got the horn at my house. I got photos and friends. We thought this was gonna be the next big fucking thing.
Right.
So sometimes shit just happens. I did a series called The Playmaker. No, I'm sorry, a movie called The Playmaker in New Orleans. Right before I wound up doing Playmakers, the series for ESPN. This movie had me, Zoe Saldana, Boris Kojo, a bunch of, you know what I mean? And we were entrenched in this. It was deep. It was gunshots and stunts. We're playing football, and me and Zoe Saldana in a pool of blood laying next to, like, it was some deep ass shit, like these crap, but whoever was financing it was a football player who got tired of just giving money because he didn't know how movies worked. You know what I mean? It was like, look, we went over budget, we need more money. And he stopped giving money, and then it just froze. So we were out there for like a month waiting for this shit to start up, and it just never restarted.
That's crazy.
And this shit never came out. This shit happens all the fucking time.
See, one crazy thing that I know for sure, I mentioned it both, and we talked about it before we started. I'm sitting between two guys that both had their own individual phenomenal relationship with John Singleton.
Come on.
So you know what I'm saying? Like you with Hustle and Flow, and of course Baby Boy and any other interactions, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like both of y'all, you know what I'm saying, give us a couple of, maybe a quick story, your favorite story of John. We'll start with you first.
Well, man, I to be honest with you, because I knew everything that John did, you know, everything, you know, Baby Boy and so on and so forth, everything.
Boys in the Hood, come on.
All of that, I mean, just everything he did, you know what I'm saying? So, what struck me the most was, then I'm from Memphis, you know what I'm saying? He don't have to have no real connection with me or nothing like that, but he always kept in touch. You know what I'm saying? Even after Hustle and Flow, years.
Really?
I remember he first started working on Snowfall. Right. When he first started, he was like, man, I'm about to go wherever he went to work on this movie called Snowfall, and we always kept in touch. And he was always cool. He'll return my call, and I always felt like, man, that man does not have to do that because I'm just this, you know what I'm saying, artist out of Memphis. You know what I'm saying? That he met this one time on this one film and with Hustle and Flow.
A cult classic. You down. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a major thing, but I know what you mean, though.
I mean, but we talking about John Singleton.
But you're a humble guy. You're a humble guy.
You know what I'm saying? We still talking about John Singleton. We're talking about John Singleton, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's my memory.
It's kind of funny you say that too. I mean, in the sense of we talk about cult classic versus, you know, like, oh, it's a big deal. When Baby Boy came out, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was a big deal for us.
Yeah.
The actors in it, we were like, this is it.
Yeah.
But it didn't become it until years later. Now, Baby Boy, when it came out, this was a gangster film released in the theaters. At that time, we had like Menace Society and Boys in the Hood. People were getting shot and killed in theaters. I don't know how many deaths there were, but there were shootouts in the movie theaters. Yeah. So Baby Boy had a limited release, and they were still scared about that. So the box office numbers was, all right. It wasn't a hit out the gates. Yeah. But shout out to BET, VH1, MTV, all you syndicators, we love it. BET the most. And it's funny is, but I was in Thailand when they did the voiceovers for the clean versions. So when you see Baby Boy and you hear that Spanish gentleman doing my overdubs, some little fellas. Scared of these little fellas. Yeah. You got jumped by some little fellas.
Crazy.
What the hell? No, but shout out to them. It became a classic. That's the Baby was a cult classic, I think. Because now the crazy thing is just how it's lasted.
Yeah.
That shit is 25 years old.
Yeah.
And people be like, oh man, do that line for Baby Boy. I'm like, nigga, that was 25 years ago.
Right, what?
But to them, it's like, nah, nigga, we see this shit every fucking day. Yeah. But it's on right now.
Yeah.
It's on right now. And we still getting paid for it. So God bless him, man.
Yeah.
John was the best motivator I've ever met. You know, he was one of the truest actor. I'm sorry. Well, he's like an actor's director for one, which means he can direct you. You know, some directing itself is tough. It's so many hats you have to wear to be a director. A lot of people be like, I'm the one to tell y'all what to do. No, nigga. You also have to tell us what shots, what angles. You have to be technical. You need to be in on the editing of it. And you have to be able to motivate your actors to get what you want from them. Like, he was so good that it's like if we did an audition, and you read for the part and you read for the part. And maybe you did the part better, you knew all the lines and all this, but there was just something about you. So he would cast you and make you what he was. Because he thinks you look this or you this and that, and he'll pull it out of you some kind of fucking way. And I'm just like, I mean, if the proof is in the pudding. Right. All the actors he used were either unknown actors or actors from a different genre. He's used his rappers.
Or never acted before.
Never acted before, yeah. It's crazy. And even with me, you know, I've told the story a million times about how he motivated me, but it was a process. But it started with his vision. I was in a movie that I wasn't supposed to be in. Well, put it like this. I auditioned for a movie. I did good. They were all like, you did good. I left feeling, I've done a lot of auditions. That felt good.
Yeah.
And they said, you didn't get the part. I was like, oh, shit. And they started filming the movie. The guy that they cast, I'll say it was for political reasons, and I say it like that because he has a famous name. And he went out to Wilmington, North Carolina from Los Angeles. He was filming for a couple of days, maybe weeks even, and got into an altercation, street fight, lost. Trying to say this as politically as possible.
His face got fucked up.
Whoop that tree.
Hey, come on.
Whoop that tree. Get him.
And he got scared for his life.
Get him.
Come on. He got scared for his life and left.
Yeah.
Right? So he left it. I'm done. Fuck this. And they called who?
Big O, not the little.
Come on. And when they called me, they were like, hey man, you got the part. I'm like, what part? The part for the movie out there. I'm like, nigga, the movie been filming for 2 weeks. What happened? What happened? No, don't worry about it. We need you. So I go and I do the film. John Singleton sees this film. I'm in the film for that long. I mean, it's a few scenes, but one scene he saw in particular, and he was like, that's Sweet Pea right there. I was like, the fuck? And I read the script, and being from LA and being affiliated, being with, like, I was like, nigga, this, yes. Right? But that was just half of it. I was big as I am now. I had to get down to 198, nigga. I'm 260 something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got all of, when I saw him, I went from 260 to like 230.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, I had like a fucking tank top on. He's like, oh, little nigga, okay. Shaved my head. He like, looks good. Let's read the part. We read the part. I'm throwing shit around. He was just like, all right, good shit. Thanks for coming. Right? Did I get the part right there? Fuck no. I didn't get the call that I got the part until a month later. Like, what the fuck's going on in a month? He's seeing other people. Like he's auditioning other guys for the role. Maybe they're fighting with the studio. Maybe he's got my back, but they don't want me because I'm some fucking Nickelodeon and blah, blah, blah. They're not, you know, so he's going to bat for me, whatever the case. He was like, that's my fucking Sweet Pea. I called this nigga 6 months ago or 3 months ago. He done got in shape. We gonna, you know, and he fought for me. But the reason why I can tell, and it's kind of funny, I'm kind of feeling this like an epiphany as I'm saying this shit, right? The reason why I know he fought for me because on the first day when we started rehearsing, I'm doing my shit, and I'm, you know, just kind of being cockier, not really into it, and he called me out from all the cast and said, yeah, some of us need to step it up. See y'all tomorrow. And I was like, what the fuck this nigga say? And it was the perfect motivation for me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Some people you could have said that to and they would be like, oh, hey John, what do you want me to do? Do I need to practice? No, nigga, I just went home and was like, didn't sleep. Oh, nigga, I showed up to work the next day. And then I told that story a million times. But, you know, it got confrontational and all this and blah, blah, blah. And then it still wasn't quite there. It was I was focused now.
Right.
So he taught me focus. He taught me how to, you know, fight for something. And then he said, now the last piece is you're still too loud. You know, I was just like, yeah. It's like, no, nigga.
Calm down.
Not the strong ones. They're not loud like that. And I was like, but I got all this shit in me. He said, well, internalize it. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. nigga. And he's like, you gotta take all that shit. He's figured out, nigga. He wouldn't hold your hand. He would just be like, he'd give you that little tap, like, you'll get it. Just keep working at it. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do I be loud and just shut your mouth? How the fuck do I be,
I'll be loud but be quiet.
It means I'm talking through my fucking teeth. Gotta ask my woman and her mama for some money.
That's crazy.
That's me wanting to yell so fucking nigga, shut the fuck up.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's when fucking Sweet Pea was born.
Yeah, that's
Now when I showed up on set going, yeah, nigga, I'm ready. Right? Right? You good? Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, nigga, I'm ready.
And even then, he had one more lesson. The first scene we filmed was in the garage, where I turn around and I tell Tyrese I want to get saved, homie.
Yeah.
That was the first scene I filmed. And he leaned over and he said, I'm sending this scene to Paramount, so I need you to fucking kill this scene, bro. And I was like, okay.
Say that.
And he goes, do some push-ups. Message, jumping jacks. Get your heartbeat going. I want you tired before I even say action.
Damn.
But I'm 24 years old. So
It took a minute to
nigga,
learn
I'm
to get there.
pumping him, nigga.
Yeah.
When he says action, you can't, I don't know if you can tell. On the inside, I was, but on the outside, I was just holding in. Action. I ain't done nothing, cuz. And my heart was beating out my fucking chest.
Damn.
And he was like, go. And he said, yeah. He said, come on. He tapped me. He said, come on, man, get it going. He's like, do some push-ups. And my heart was beating. And I'm getting ready to go, and they're getting ready to sound loud. 3, 2, 1. Nigga, I'm looking down and shit, nigga. I'm telling you, you couldn't see it. But my on the inside out. Now, if I did 30 push-ups and stood up, nigga, I'm just. But then it was just like, what, nigga? And then, oh man, that dude.
Dope, that's fly.
He knew what
And who was your top 5 MCs? And like I want to know your influences.
It's hard, man.
I'm glad you
said
that was one of my questions.
Can we make sure that everybody watching knows
It ain't gotta be
that I ain't
order.
on no drugs? I smoked a little weed. I had a little tequila. But this sweat here is Tennessee heat.
It's long.
This ain't got nothing to do
It's long.
with it. They be like, they're okay. Listen, I got a little energy going.
Yeah, we leave.
You ain't never seen a video with me this goddamn high.
But
They're like, what is wrong with
when you
him?
live here, you know how to preserve
used
your energy. You know what I'm saying?
Cameraman fan of this. I want to put on my little gloves and talk hip-hop.
It is long though.
Yeah, that's what I said. We talk. We had so many hip hop conversations, so I knew that he wanted that same thing, man. Who are your influences?
That was definitely
Well, it's just my
shit?
road. Like I tell you about this East Coast blood, and it's crazy because I never thought about that shit until I kind of. I got some shit on my album. It's going to attest to this, but
New album on the way.
New album on the way, 10/17. So the thing is, like the first song I ever memorized was "The Show" by Dougie Fresh.
Damn.
And Slick Rick, and I performed it at 4th grade talent show.
Hey.
My brother also did it, but he did it first. I'm looking at my big bro, and he performed it for this lip syncing contest competition called Putting on the Lips back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And they almost won, and whatever the case was. And I know me and my niggas 10 years younger, like, we gonna do this at the talent show. And I remember that was like the first shit that I memorized. I wasn't influenced heavily by like NWA and Eazy-E and all that, even though I was in that world, but it wasn't, my hip hop was like the hieroglyphics.
I'm about to say, you seem way more lyrical.
Yeah, Far Side, you know what I mean? I remember Far Side, that was the first song, that Passing Me By, the homies in the car, and I love being in groups and just like, yeah, man. And we would all pick a verse, nigga, and it was just, now younger day, come on, man. But you know, I think what really like fired me up, my golden era of hip hop was Biggie and Pac. It was two MCs, right? But Pac was just more. He was an MC, but then he was, it's political, and then he's this. And the fact that he died at 23
touched
is
women,
oh my God.
A
I don't
phenomenal
mean physically touched, but
Right. Oh,
people
that
take
was the
things
first
wrong.
rapper. My mom was like, I love Tupac. I'm like, because of Dear Mama.
Dear
But
Mama
yes.
did
He
it.
know how to talk to the women.
He know how to talk to the women. I get around.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. So you had that era, and then he's battling Biggie. And I think that was the great tragedy. I wish we could have got
More
30
out of
albums from Biggie. You know what I mean? Biggie was an MC's MC.
He was an MC, no question.
Freestyle lyrically, he was that guy. And Pac was just a monster. So he kind of bullied him. I would ask New York niggas, and they were like, no, Pac won. And I'd be like, damn, you think Pac won? That's crazy. I thought it was just a West Coast thing. but that's how I felt. You know what I mean? And that, you know, so they'll always be my 1A, 1B.
Yeah, they gonna be in the comments with that shit.
Well, you know what? Pac was passionate.
Always been AB, huh?
Pac was passionate. Biggie, like you said, was more of a lyricist.
Oh, Biggie was.
And it's just two
Could
different.
you imagine? I mean, Tupac died and then released 10 more albums. Like, can we get 10 more albums for Biggie?
I wish,
Oh,
man.
my God, bro.
I would love to hear what some. You can do that with AI and shit, but you know.
Right. But yeah, my list is hard to do 5. But I mean, you know, as I go through, as I go through, when I think hip hop, you know, I love Eminem. I think, you know, his flaw, if there's a flaw, you could say, is he's almost too much. He puts too many words in sometimes. I love the shit because I love dissecting lyrics.
Oh yeah,
that's what I do. I'm like, rewind it. I like to have to hear a song 5 times.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I released some shit not too long ago called For the Culture, and everybody tells me that it has replay value. I've never heard that until recently. Like, no, that shit got replay value. I want to hear that shit over and over again. That last camera, that shit, I had to keep playing it. Like, okay, but I learned that shit by, you know, being a fan of hip hop, being a fan of lyricists like Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, fucking. Now even in this newer era, man, I love the baby. I love that this nigga is snapping in his own lane and he's got bars for everybody. I'm just like, this nigga is really busting.
Man, I gotta shout out
my
guy E40, man, because
always. Oh, E40 is the first of all,
game and lyricism.
This nigga invents slang regularly. This nigga just comes up with words. I always think about this shit. Like, who invented that word? Who comes up with words and slangs and shit? E40. That's who. E40's a monster. Busta Rhymes is one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Shout out Spliff.
I saw this man perform in a room this size and destroy it. Like, I'm just like, you don't need a stadium? He's like, no, nigga, and have everybody in there hurting themselves. I had almost broke my neck to break your neck. Come on. We went to Vegas one time, I'm in the truck, we drove up, everybody was sore the next morning. Like, nigga, this nigga is some bullshit.
Like, we really listened to him.
That nigga is a beast. That's one of my favorites on the Mount Rushmore. I love Joyner Lucas. These youngsters, man,
I fuck with Joyner Lucas.
I fuck with Joyner. I like his whole style.
So
Kendrick Lamar.
Did you see the war show? He brought Joyner on stage.
Who? Which one?
Busta.
Oh, I missed that. I saw like the post on Instagram. I know that was great. It was all in red or something.
Yes. He brought Lucas on stage. He brought Papoose on stage, and he brought Glorilla on stage.
I saw.
Shout out Glorilla.
Big Glow, yeah. Shout out Big Glow, yeah. Big Memphis, yeah.
I appreciate y'all bringing me on, man. I hope I get to come back. You know, I'll be back out here a couple times.
Yeah,
I'm doing something.
We working
Thanksgiving
on
weekend too.
Yeah, because you got the new album. What's it called again?
So Overstand Me, October 17th.
Overstand Me.
Overstand Me is the album. That shit is done. I'm gonna add a couple little things to it. I also got a surprise album. I think I'm gonna put it out on Christmas. Because I'm printing up vinyl for this one.
Oh yeah.
I got all type of merch to go
about
with
the vinyl.
Yeah, I got some. I'm looking at both cameras.
Yeah,
Merry Christmas.
Surprise is coming. You know
it's
what I'm saying?
It's fun. That's a fun one. But this one that I've been working on, it's kind of cool because it's just kind of like.
How you feel about it?
Oh man, I finally took that one listen that went, oh, that's it. That's it. Start to finish. I'm a storyteller. Like I do these podcasts and I do comedy and stuff, and I hate when people take little clips and then just don't put the whole, because I'm a storyteller.
Right.
You take a little piece of this nigga, like, did he say fuck Nas? No, nigga, listen to the whole story. Listen to the whole story. You understand me? Like, no. I got into it.
Chop that up.
I got into it with we're out of time. Next time. I'm going to tell you about the people I got into it. And I got to say something for everybody else.
My guy got some business to handle.
Yes, sir.
When you come back, we want to talk more hip hop. I just want to get a little deeper into the, just your journey.
And then the album will be out by this time, you know what I'm saying? So
then we have more to talk about. That way you can just say, explain this track. Let's talk about this one. Each one
we're going to do a
special.
deep dive. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a deep dive on the album that's coming, you know what I'm saying? So Shep, once again, thank you for it, bro. You know what I'm saying? We were just kicking the shit and just wanted to have a dope hip hop conversation with you know what I'm saying? So
y'all the long way, man.
We're working, shout out Black Label Studios.
And don't play with them, man. Listen, man, don't play with this man.
Hey, talk to the lyrics.
Y'all know him on the acting tip, you know him on the comedian side.
Come on.
But man, listen, on everything, the man actually got bars.
Top tier lyricist, man. Top tier lyricist.
You can tell he's for real about it. He's not just somebody that's, I'm a rapper because I got a name.
Because I can.
Because I got a name, I'm a rap. No.
Yeah.
And based on your story, you've been had love for it and you've been a part of it. So
been a part of it.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you for
For all your time,
continue to
for
bless
sure.
us with
No problem.
these dope
I mean, just
Please
started.
keep giving us some hot ass records, bro. Because those records I got a chance to mix with you, bro. That shit was insane. I was already like a fan, but I just like that. It took me deeper because I'm listening. I get to listen to the vocals, take the music away and shit. I'm like, this nigga is insane. I was telling, I was like, bro, this nigga is insane. Like, you one of my new favorite rappers, bro.
Thanks,
you know what I'm
bro.
saying? And I hate it took me so long, but nigga just didn't know.
I mean, it's you know, a lot of things. It's the opportunities you get. You know, in acting, you're only as good as the roles that you get and the opportunities. With music, we can create our opportunities. But even with music, I'm only as good as the beats. So I got to shout out DJ M80, man. I met I've known this dude only a year and a half.
Shout out to DJ.
DJ M80 sent me a beat pack. First one out the gate was Overstand Me. That was the name of the beat. It doesn't rarely happen where a producer titles a beat and then the rapper goes, that's actually the song right there. Nigga. You know what I mean? And it wound up being the title for my whole album because it just encapsulates everything that I got going. And shout out to Stephen Keys the Mogul Ellis. We have an album out already called Succession. Y'all go listen to that. Listen just for the lyrics because I know every engineer that hit me like, yo, I could have mixed that better for you, player. Listen, we just put it out.
We are in a time where it ain't about being perfect. You know, sometimes you got to put it
out.
Yeah, it's art. It's art. Beautiful art. Yes, man.
And you rapping wise, you go by
Big O, yeah. I go by Big O. I go by, but everything titled, I got a brand, which is Omar Gooding. There are a couple rappers that I found out the hard way that are named Big O. So when I put the shit out and shit, you go on the search engine, 12 other rappers pop up.
Right.
But you know, Big O is like Lil Tunechi. You know what I mean?
Right.
And shout out Lil Wayne too, man.
Shout out Weezy.
Come on, Weezy, come on, New Orleans, man. Who that?
Yeah, right. Real quick, shout out Goddess Whiskey, Disbelief Tequila, man. You know what I'm saying? My guy here working, shooting a movie. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you can give any details about what you're shooting on, but he's always working, and I look forward to the new music, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, once again, appreciate you, man.
Memphis, man. Welcome back to Memphis.
Back to the
I've come a long way.
Yeah,
to the next time. Come on, LA, let's go.
I won't even mention your name.
I've been out here getting it. I've been out here in my zone. I've been out here taking chances solo out here on my own. Baby, life always be
The fact I'm still here, hell yeah, this God's plan. Draped in gold, looking to the sky, screaming amen. Looking at the empire built, now I understand. Blessed with the Midas, look what I just did with my hand.